There are good days, bad days, and everything in between. But the 27th of April 2021 was a great day. Why? Because Paddington 2 became the highest rated film on Rotten Tomatoes. Author Michael Bond created Paddington in 1958, with the marmalade-loving bear becoming iconic across children's literature for the next 60 years. The witty, charismatic, and exceedingly polite refugee from darkest Peru became a beloved household name across the UK and the world. Paddington's legacy remained mostly on the page, with screen adaptations being kept to cartoons or shorts. However, in 2014, that all changed. Adaptations are always risky. Mostly they never live up to expectations, and long-serving fans of the books, games, or comics are left with a bitter taste. Paddington defied that stigma, with writers Paul King and Hamish McCall creating a quintessentially British film that remained true to the essence of the story, while simultaneously thrusting Paddington back into the hearts and minds of the general public. Paddington was good, but Paddington 2 changed the game entirely. Whilst it may seem hyperbolic to describe a film aimed predominantly at children as the greatest film of all time, it is. Paddington 2 shines in the three key areas: structure, style, and character. Structurally, Paddington 2 is the complete film. From start to finish, writers Paul King and Simon Farnaby carry a consistent theme of family throughout. Paddington 2 opens with a flashback to darkest Peru, where Aunt Lucy and Uncle Pastuzo are planning a trip to London. Paddington's arrival changes this plan, and after dedicating her life to raising Paddington, Aunt Lucy's desire to see London is never fulfilled. Immediately, an emotional crux is established. Paddington acts as an unintentional object to Aunt Lucy's desire. The writers assign Paddington with subconscious guilt, something that he feels he can mend through purchasing a pop-up book for Aunt Lucy's birthday. Paddington 2's first act is executed perfectly, from setup to inciting incident, but it doesn't stop there. When Paddington is wrongly imprisoned for the theft of the pop-up book, his hopefulness and positivity is challenged. Paddington's morality is further challenged when his adoptive family, the Browns, fail to show up to a prison visit. Once again, the core message of family is rooted throughout the narrative, and it's Paddington's charm and core moral compass that ultimately softens the hard-up prison inmates into saving his life. From Act 1 to Act 3, Paddington 2 completes a perfect structural encompassing of core values and narrative messages, with Aunt Lucy's arrival in London the perfect resolution to the story's inciting incident. Paddington 2 also brings a vibrant style, and the essence of that style is found in the screenplay. The clever interactions between characters and the classic charm of British comedy runs deep throughout the screenplay, and adds an extra layer to an already brilliant film. Whilst you might expect a film like Paddington 2 to be aimed solely at a younger audience, it also is a prime example of how to make a story appealing for children, but also intellectual and engaging for adults. The film portrays Paddington as the infantile character, with the older participants in the narrative all representing versions of ourselves. We were all once like Paddington, full of hope and optimism, and the writers cleverly position the key themes of the narrative to make us ask why that changed, and what we can do in order to get that back. Paddington 2 has a level of charm rooted at its core, with the strongest elements of Paddington being elevated in the sequel. The exploration of serious issues within a children's film creates a contrast that surprises and delights the audience. When you unpick the key messages of the screenplay, you can see how the writers balance tone and theme in a way that allows the film to shine on all fronts. A lot of films are evocative, but are they also steeped in charm? A lot of films can appeal to a young and old audience, but do they truly hold the attention of both? A lot of films can make us cry, but can they also invite a sense of inward reflection? Paddington 2 does all of these things, with the latter being the most prominent message within the film. The most amazing element of Paddington 2 is that the film can make children laugh and adults cry. It invites a sense of inward reflection that places us into the shoes of the protagonist, but also allows us to understand the emotions of other characters. Paddington 2 strikes a balance of charm and emotion that elevates it above the standard narrative. It touches on our innate desire to live our lives with hopeful transmission, and strikes at the heart of something that is vital to us all: family. Let's take a look at that final scene. I can't lie to you when I say that Paddington 2's conclusion is not only one of my favourite endings of all time, it's also a surefire way to start the waterworks. After a near-death experience, Paddington awakes surrounded by his family. When he realises the date, his emotional motivation is revealed through the line, "Aunt Lucy did so much for me when I was a cub, and all I ever really wanted to do was make her proud. But now she's going to wake up on her birthday with no present and think I've let her down completely." When Paddington goes downstairs, he's greeted by the men and women whose lives he has positively affected. Faced with this onslaught of praise, Paddington seems confused. At the heart of Paddington's character is an innate selflessness that makes him one of the most beloved characters in contemporary film history. Not only does he affect people's lives in a positive way, he has no idea that he's done it. Paddington's acts of kindness lead him to this moment, when the people he has helped throughout the story return the favour by bringing Aunt Lucy to London. When viewed as an entire piece, Paddington and Paddington 2 sets up this moment in a beautiful and evocative way. From the death of Uncle Pastuzo, the reluctance of the Browns, and the incentive of the pop-up book, Aunt Lucy's arrival in London becomes one of the most poignant moments in recent cinematic history. Ignore the style, the amped-up characteristics, and the fact that Paddington is a literal bear. This is a story about a person who wishes to give back to someone they love. The final line of the script, "In Paddington's eyes, we see his happiness is complete," is a completion of an arc that dominates the script. Apart from Hugh Grant becoming a scarily accurate version of himself, we never waver from the essential motive of the story. Paddington wants to fulfill Aunt Lucy's wish and give her a birthday she'll never forget. Whilst that motive is wrapped up in brilliantly executed set pieces, it is always identifiable and always relatable. Paddington 2 is a film that touches on our innate desire to look after and bring joy to the people we love, even when faced with our own problems. Paddington 2 provides lessons in charm. It's become one of the most valued scripts in the writing community, with many people referencing it for lessons in structure, character building, and narrative thematics. When you delve deep into the essence of the script, you find a consistent tone that endears its protagonists to the audience. Paddington 2 works because it represents a version of the world we all wish we could inhabit, through the positioning of youthful hopefulness throughout the narrative. Found in the heart of cinema's most lovable bear, Paddington 2 reflects the piece of ourselves that we hold most dear. It's a cinematic masterpiece that elevates convention and asserts vital messages of family, charm, and hard stares. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Page to Screen. I'm Matt, and I'll see you soon.